Okay, it's starting and it'll record in a while. So then now we got the coterminal to be 340. But look at the question. It is from 0 to 180 degree and not until 360. You can see this, the answer what we got was over 180. Now, how would you resolve this? We know this is 340 degree. Okay, it's about 340. It's not accurate. What is the other side? Now, this side, if you go the opposite direction, what will be the angle? Can anyone try? If this is 340, what would be the opposite side angle? And or how would you get it? Okay, since we want it from 0 to 180, all you need to do is subtract. Sorry, yes?
Question.
It would be
Can you
160.
repeat the question?
Yes, that is correct. It is 160. I am explaining the first question, the second type of problems where the domain is restricted from, sorry, the degree is restricted 0 to 180. So after getting the coterminals, all you need to do is subtract 180 from this. That was 360 minus 180. I get 160. So this angle, instead of 340, I can use the other side because polar coordinates are not distinct. Now, X and Y coordinates are always distinct. There is only one particular point, whereas polar you can get in different ways. So that's why all I did is found the other way to get the same angle. Now, this angle, I got it in the opposite direction, but you must remember, actually, this angle was how much? 306, 340 degrees. But since I went to the opposite direction, you must change the sign of the radius. I need to make this plus. The sign changes. Whenever I subtract by 180 or add 180, remember to change the sign of the radius. Why? I will let you know now. Just let me draw this again. It's like in circles, you know. Now, imagine this was 340 degrees. 340 degrees, right? And the answer over here is -6. That means you're not coming to this line. You're basically moving the opposite direction. -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be your exact point to graph this. But now we want multiple representation, which is restricted to 0 to 180. So we change this angle, and instead of 340, we just take 160 degree by subtracting 180. But remember, if you're going from 160 degree, it must be just 6, because if you take -6, it'll be wrong. It'll be opposite point. We have to ultimately come to this point. So we go again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we reach this point. So what we do is we subtract 180, but change the sign from plus to minus. Is this clear? Whoever asked me, is it clear now?
Yes, thank you.
Welcome, brilliant. So same way over here. Now this is the same problem, so I won't do this again. If you want, you can don't stick with the radians. It's always hard. So what you do is just convert this to degrees divided by 8. Instead of pi, multiply 180 degree. And now whatever we just now did, you need to do it. Add 360 to this. Add 360. And then again add 360, you will get a positive angle. And now since it's over 180, since it's over 180 degrees, it's not in this range. You need to subtract 180 degrees. And don't forget, okay, this is fine. We got the angle, the radius changes. That's it. But graphing, just like what I just now did, the same concept is followed. Okay, so that was about one. Any other particular doubts? Yes.
Equation number 6. Just go through. Go back.
Yeah, question number 6. Question number 6.
No, no, not the topic. This the questions. Like it's the first topic.
Yeah, first topic. Which
Yeah,
one?
yeah. Yeah.
Please? Okay.
No, the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, 46.
46.
Here I'm just like asking why would not change the sign? The 4 is positive. You
Okay.
said like change the sign,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, that's a good question. Now, let me resolve this first. 11 by 4 multiplied by uh, 180 over here. So what is this angle exactly? It is 495. Now subtract this by 360 because that's a coterminal. Now, how much angle did you get over here? It's one.
135. Yeah, it's the same. We should change it to the radius and we get this the same answer, right?
See, look over here. It is 135. This is the coterminal angle. 135 degrees is equal. These are coterminal, is equivalent to 11 pi by 4. Now here, why do you want to subtract 180? You do not, because it's within this range. Isn't it within this range? It's below 180. So 135 degrees somewhere over here. You're getting the answer. So you're not subtracting this by 180. Whereas in the other cases, your answer was more than 180, and therefore we subtracted by 180 degree to get it within this range. In this case, in this problem, this angle is within the range. The coterminal angle is within 180 degree, so you don't change the sign. Keep the radius as it is. Only when you subtract or add 180, you change the sign for the radius. Is it okay? Even over here, let me just show you. I will just keep adding minus 920 added by 360. Okay, let me just keep on. I'll just change this to answer. Now look over here, 160 degree I got. Is it greater than 180 degree? No, it is within this range. So that's why this radius does not change. Whereas in other cases, we got over here and over here, we got more than 180 degree. It was 235 or something. Sorry, it was 340. We subtracted 180. That's why we changed the angle. See, over here, the coterminal was actually 340 degrees. So it was more than 180. It was not within this range. That is why what we do is we subtract 180 and this sign changes for the radius. I hope this is clear. Okay,
Yeah, it's
Mr.
clear. Thank
brilliant. Yes, Safe, what's happened?
Mr. Can you explain
Also,
question number 20 and 23, please?
20 and 23, definitely. Let me just go there. 20. Okay, this is by binomial theorem. Okay. So this is, see now 20 is very straightforward because for both the methods, even for writing, right? You do not need to use the second formula, but I will just let you know the formula NCR. Now this is related to combination. Combination is something when any order or arrangement is not required. Now that's about probability, so I won't go in detail with this, but now NCR is about combinations, okay? The formula for this is always given by n factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r whole factorial. Okay, this is the formula. Over here, everywhere the formula is being substituted. If you remember this formula, it's fine. But if not, just use this in calculator because your calculator has it directly. Now look over here. If you use, say, I will solve 6C, shift and division. R, I want to select 3 in this, 6C3. The answer is 20. You directly get it. So you do not need to, by heart this. I will directly use this. Now, what next? If you remember, but you need to remember this formula. I will tell you how to remember this. You start with N. N is the degree. Okay, it will be given in the question. Whatever degree is asked, that is N. See 0, you start with 0, and then you keep on increasing it by 1, 2, 3, until you match this. So I will take a simple number, say 3. N is 3, okay? See, you start with 1. And what happens is this term 1 will always be initial. The first term will be raised to the highest degree. Which is the highest degree over here? It's 3. And the second term will be 0. Basically, it's 1, okay? Anything power 0 is 1. So now This is the thing. Then plus next term, the C does not change. N will always remain, but you're increasing this by 1. And here you get A. N minus 1. See, A will always match. Um, no, sorry, A will not match anything. It is A will be always subtracted by 1. Okay. It will be 2 over here because 3 minus 1 and B will be 1. Okay. Did you guys notice I wrote this wrong? Anyone? Okay. Are you all
So it'll
there?
be like
Look,
it'll be we should it starts like 0 and after that 1.
yes, yes, that is the mistake I've done. I have forgotten to write 0. It starts with 0, then it increases by 1, and then it'll be C3, 2, and then over here it'll be what will happen? It'll be 3 minus 2 minus 1, it'll be 1, B 2, and last term I'll write over here will be 3C3. Whenever you match these two terms, you stop there. Now 3C3, it's matching. You just stop it. A to the power 0 and B to the power 3. So this is what happens. This is the last term. Is that okay? This is the formula. It depends on the degree. Now this you need to memorize by heart it, otherwise you cannot solve it. So now let's look over here. I will solve this one. Your first term is A. This is the next term. Remember to even include the sign over here. You should not forget the sign. Please include the sign as well. Now, use the formula to expand. Just write the formula over here. What I did, 7C0, x to the power 7. Then b to the, this 2z to the power 0 will be 1. So I've not written it. Then you start with power 1, 2, 3, 4. Just look at single terms. 7C1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It increases, stops until 7C7. And then about x power 7, 6, 5, 4. That's how it changes. And about 2z, it's 1, 2, 3 until the degree reaches 7. Okay, now you can stop over here because it's 20th problem. Don't go to solve entirely. After the substitution, look at which term is required over here. It's term 3, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Just take this term and let me solve it. Let me use the calculator. 7 C2 multiplied, okay, sorry, just write the number. 21 x to the power 5 and 2 squared will be 4. This will be multiplied and z squared. Now what happens? 21 times 4 is 80 plus 4, 84. And the answer would be x power 5, z power 2. Z or z, it's the same. So the answer is this one. So
How
is
did you
it
get the 84, Mister?
okay? 84 is, you understood that 7C2 is 21, right? In the calculator, you can do it.
Yes. Yes.
And then what about this term, the second 2z term? When you square 2, what's going to happen? What's the number? It will be 2 square and z square. 2 square is 4 and z square remains. It's a variable. So multiply these two numbers over here. Can you multiply these two? 21 times 4 is how much? 21 times 4 is 81. Oh, 84, sorry.
Yes, 84.
That's the reason why I got this 84. Is this okay? Oh, you're still confused with how I got 84?
Yes, Mister. Yes.
It's clear, is it? Uh,
I understand.
okay, brilliant. Now, there is one more thing which you must remember over here. What if there's a minus sign like this in this problem? The second term will be having this negative sign. Is that okay? Please don't forget the negative sign because many times, because even when I was studying this long back, I used to do this mistake where I forget the negative sign in the binomial theorem. This is easy to happen because it's you might think, okay, I'm not going to forget, but generally many students might forget this. So be careful. You might understand when you solve it later on, when you double check it, but just be careful whenever you have binomial problems, look at this. Is there a negative sign? Okay, be very careful. Negative sign will dissolve if the power is even. Now, how do you understand? You can just take a random value, any value you want. Say I will take 7, number 7, -7. If I have power 1, it'll be -7. I don't want the value, I just want the sign. If I have any odd number, the negative sign sustains. Let me take 9, there is a minus sign. You can take 19, there will be a negative sign. But take any even number, 4, the negative sign dissolves. Or any even number, 6 or any number. Why? Because whenever it's even, the 7 will be multiplied into even times, and negative dissolves. Whereas if it is odd number, there will be one extra value. Here this will become plus, but this will remain minus. Plus and minus sustains. That's the reason. So you must be very careful when you solve this. See what happens when I'm solving. All the even number will be positive. See over here, even numbers are positive, whereas odd numbers, odd degrees, sorry, odd degree will remain the negative side. So you can say it'll be plus minus plus minus plus minus. Okay, the answer must be like this if there is minus sign. Okay, if you don't take the minus sign, this all will be plus, and ultimately that's the wrong answer. And you never know, your options might have even like this to just trick you, you know, so be careful with it. I hope this is clear. Even the 23rd, the student that asked the 23rd as well, it's the same thing. Why? Because I just quickly go to 23rd. You need to know the same concept and same thing. So I won't again repeat it, but make sure in this exam, write this formula, write the substitution, and then write this, see, initial formula, the substituted formula, and the proper substitution, and then do the solving. Because it's a writing exam, don't just put in the calculator and solve. Not just like this and directly answers. No, because some of you might directly do this term. How? I will just show you. You can directly solve this by 7c4 times 2 to the power 4. It's directly the answer, 560. 5. Okay, what did I do wrong? 7c4 2 to the power 4. Um, okay, I'm just not figuring out which is it. I think so. Okay, anyways, let me just take, I think so. I have a minor error over here. It's supposed to be, oh, yeah, I have made a mistake. I'm sorry for that. It should be 560 over here, you know? Sorry, because I only was doing these. I was just tired, I guess. And that's the only answer I can get. Okay, let me just check it over here for other cases. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Over here, the answer is 560. What a fluke. Out of all the terms, I chose the wrong term itself. All the others are correct. So some of the students might directly solve this from this step to over here. You can do it, but avoid doing that for written exam, because your each step has marks. When we correct the paper, there will be for marks allotted for each step, 1 1 1. So if you're not written many steps, if you got the correct answer only in 3 steps, you may not get the full marks. I hope this is clear for the writing part. uh, okay, that was about, okay, I can see a lot of okay, so then what is this? Okay, it's the transcripts. Okay, I thought any questions or anything is there, let it be. Okay, so that's, I hope this is clear about the binomials, the 20th problem and the 23rd. Any other doubts? I will explain now.
Can
But
we do
please,
question 22?
22, yes, definitely I will go through it. But please avoid asking the same questions if I have done it already, because then I've recorded it, I'll upload it, and then you can, revise from here, okay? Because already if I've done, you can refer it over there. So question number 22. Let's see over here. It's about recursive formula. Okay, I think so. There is one over here. Everyone's getting difficult. Geez, I guess the 77.08. I'll come to this in a while. Let's see how to do it in detail. This is about murabaha, that is interest. Now, if you keep some money in the bank, sometimes they give you interest depending if it's a fixed deposit, or if you take a loan, for example, you will have to pay some interest. So this is that sort of problems, real world problem. Use the recursive formula. Nasser had 15,000 dirhams in credit card debt when he graduated from college. The balance increased by 2% each month due to interest, that is murabaha. And Nasser could only make payments of 8,400 per month and write a recursive formula for the balance of his account each month. Then determine the balance after 5 months. What does this mean? This means, uh, let me just make it in simple words. So he took a loan of 15,000 dirhams, and the interest for this loan is 2% of the balance. Now, this is very important. It's not 2% of 15,000, it's of the balance. That means if he paid, say, 5,000 at once, then for the next month, it would just be the interest for 10,000 dirhams. So as he keeps paying, this balance reduces and this also reduces. So I can't just use 2% of 15,000. What do I do? I need to take it as a term. Let me consider this as the initial term A1. Then the interest keeps on adding each month. That is A1 into 2%. Okay. And then what else? He does a payment that will be subtracted. Why? Because whenever you're paying, your balance is reduced. Your main goal or intention in loan is to you have the clear the debt, right? So you want to reduce this. So payments reduce this number. So he is paying every month 400, but 2% of this balance increases every month, and this is the recursive formula. Now let me just clear it out. This is the recursive formula. I hope it is clear. Now we need to simplify this as much as possible. 2% is 0.02, or if you can just divide it by 100. Why? Because what is percent? This percent means per is divided, cent is 100. Okay, anytime you see this 2, this percent symbols means division of 100. That's the thing. Otherwise it's 0.02. Otherwise you can just press 2 into shift and this, and you will get the answer 2%. Okay, now I will write this recursive formula for this. The a second month a n, sorry, yeah, a2 will be a1 plus 0.02. Sorry, this is 0. That's very bad zeros. Okay, 0.02 A1 minus 400. This is it. And now if you add this up, what's going to happen? It's going to be 1.0. Okay, I'll just write it over here, because I'm just lazy to write it again. That's why it's 1.02 A1 minus 400. Any doubts in this part, guys? Because this is important. It'll be asked all the time, okay? Oh, I mean, all the problems, even the next problem, you have to do that. It's the same thing. So if you have any doubts, ask me now. I'll repeat it. Any doubts, anyone in this?
From where did the please?
Sorry, yes, from where did what happened?
From where did the 1.02 came?
Okay, that is because A2 is basically the balance. Okay, I will just show it over here. It's the initial balance. That is, what is the amount? It is 15,000, the initial balance. And then the interest will be added to the balance. Okay, because the balance keeps on increasing by the interest. So 2% the balance. And then minus the monthly payment. What is the initial balance? That is the first term, A1. And over here, balance 2% would be A1 times 0.02 because 2% is 0.02 minus 400. That is the payment he is doing every month. So this is monthly basis. Now, after first month, A2 means after first month, this is going to happen. Now here, how much is A1? This is 1. Okay. I mean, what is the coefficient of A1 over here? It's 1. What is the coefficient of A1 over here? It is 0.02. Add 1 plus 0.02 A1. When you add this, you're going to get 1.02 A1. Is this clear now?
So basically, every time
Yeah.
we have to add 1 to the percentage?
Yeah, most of the time, because yeah, initial balance will be always A1 and depends on the percentage, you know? Yeah, it depends on the
Yeah, I
percentage,
was
just
just
add 1.
asking to make sure. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good way to understand as well. Let me just check. Yeah, that's true. See, every time you just add 1 to the percentage. Fatima, that's a good way to understand. I mean, solve it. It saves you a lot of time as well. Yeah, you just basically add 1 to the percentage. Then this is the recursive formula, the same method, only the values will differ, guys. So other problems, you must do it by yourselves. So this is the same thing. Next thing is finding the next terms. How do you find the next terms? All you need to do is, this is AN, right? After first month, that is A2, after the first month, it'll be 4,900. Why? Because 15,000 times 1.02 minus the payment. Though he pays 400 dirhams, 300 would be the interest. So it's, basically vested. So it's a huge amount, right? So the interest 2% would be huge amount. So 300 dirhams is the interest and it keeps on building up. This is after first month. After second month, all you need to do is put this value back over here and solve. Third month, fourth month, fifth month. So after 5 months, they wanted what? After 5 months, right? So this, you need to understand, don't think, oh, A5, no. A2 is after first month, second month, third month, fourth month, and after fifth month is this value. That is 14,470, 80 dirhams. Basically, as balance is so much remaining after 5 months. I hope this is clear. Now I will quickly do this problem. Why? Because until over here, it's the same thing. If you have understood the previous problem, it's only changing the values. Very basic, very simple. Now you can see the answers over here, but just make sure this answers are in dirhams, AED, not in dollars. Sorry for that.
Teacher, I do have a
Yes,
question. I really do apologize. When
no
I
worries.
solved the question, the exact
Yeah,
one you're showing right now,
yeah,
I couldn't see, and I didn't understand how could I do it, and I wanted to ask my friends, but I forgot, and you didn't have
yeah.
the answers on there. How much
Uh,
interest has he accumulated in the first 6 months? How do I find
y-
that?
oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I will be teaching this one now because this is not there and I didn't do it in the videos. I apologize for that. I'll do this one now. So what happens over here is the third one, C, is how much interest accumulated after 6 months, right? So you need to first find what is the balance after 6 months. Now let me find it first. So how do you find after 6 months? Let's take out the calculator. Once you have the recursive formula, so before finding this, let's see after 6 months. So find the balance after 6 months. So the recursive formula is over here, 1.01 times an minus 1. You start with 1,500. That's the initial amount, minus 100. Now, what's the answer? It is 1400 and sorry, 1415. Sorry. Now here, all you need to do is change this to answer. You will get the next terms. Otherwise, you have to keep on typing it. It's very annoying. So the next term is over here, 1329.15. This is after second month. After third month is so much. After fourth month, this is after fifth month. And now, this is after sixth month, 977, 977.08. Okay, now this is the balance amount, which is after 6 months. But they are not asking the balance amount after 6 months. They want to know how much is the interest, right? Now, what if it was interest free? How much did he pay for 6 months? What's the payment he did for 6 months? He paid 100 into 6. So he paid 600 dirhams after 6 months. So initially he borrowed 1,500. If it was interest free, it would be 1,500 minus 600. How much is the answer? It would be 900. So now if you look at this, the balance is 977.08, whereas after 6 months without interest, it would have been 900. So you can see the remaining amount. If you subtract this by 900, there is 77.08 dirhams of interest that's accumulated after 6 months. This is the interest. For
So
after
we
6 months,
find
this
out
is the amount.
how much he has in the first 6 months. Then we
Yeah.
multiply the payments by the numbers of months. Then we subtract everything. Is that something?
Yes, that's it. If it was 7 months, this will change how much he paid after 7 months. So it
Okay.
depends how much, yeah, basically how much payment he has made, subtracted by the total amount will give you the actual balance. But the other, balance with interest will be more because there is interest added, right? So after 6 months, there was 77.808 dirhams of interest added. So the difference over here is basically the answer. That is 77.08. Is that okay, guys? Is that clear?
Yes,
Yes,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Okay, brilliant. Um, okay, then we will go to. Okay, this is easy one. I hope everyone knows this, because there's not much in this. It's a simple one. If you're thinking how, just remember these two formulas and substitute. You will directly get the answer because there's no much explanation in this, and this explanation is already put up in the video, so you can just online on the YouTube, so you can just watch the video over there. So I will skip this one because it's just a lengthy one, but it's the same one. By the way, if any one of you have not watched the videos, you can just check over here. I'll just put the link 1 second. um, you can just click over here. You can go to the playlist. Okay, if you click over here, just click on the playlist and click on grade 11 over here, end of term 3, term 3, 2022-2023. If you click on over here, okay, if you click on over here, you can see all the videos over here. And this one over here is basically all the entire EOT is explained. Okay, so I just put this link as well. Okay, so all the explanation for the entire topics are there, but the one which I just now did that interesting is missing. I'm sorry for that. And yeah, that's the thing.
Could you please explain
Yes.
the recursive one after this one because I quite didn't get
Yeah.
it right from the
Oh,
video.
okay. Which topic number, if you don't mind?
I think it's number 19.
19. Okay. Just go there. Okay. For the geometric one, right? See, where's this formula once again? Do you remember this formula? AN equals, this is about geometry, only for geometric sequences, is it? Um, okay, I can't remove this top thing, so I can't see the topic. Anyways, okay, this one. Okay, now this one is, it's just crazy, because if they ask just geometric problem, then it is fine. It's very easy. You can, formulate it by geometry. But otherwise, it's just crazy, right? Because how on earth will you find this, like an square minus 1? Obviously, you can find it after a lot of trial and error. But the best part is since you have it in the topic 19, you will have 4 options, right? Choose the correct option. Choose any one of the options, sorry. So what you need to do is choose any one of the option and
And
say,
substitute, right?
yeah, just substitute the first
Yeah,
value
but
in the
I'm
question.
afraid they would bring it also as a bonus. So
Um, also as I don't think so. The same will come for a bonus. They never bring the same one till now. So that's the thing. Otherwise, you need to just subtract or add, or you need to find the pattern. So here, see, the thing is, if you know about squares, looking at this, I mean, looking at the first 3, you can recognize there is a pattern. It's a very close to perfect squares. 4 is a perfect square. 15 is very close to 16, 225. So there's something common, right? They're all very close to perfect squares. So I know this is about 2 square. This is 4 square. This is about 15 square. So now here, I don't have 16, but I have 15. Here I don't have 225, I have 224. So I just basically subtract 1 over here. But initially you start with this number, that's fine because you start with an. This is the initial value, so you start with a1. But the next values onwards. Now, if you start thinking about this is 225 square. That'll be, that's how we get it. So an the whole square minus 1. That would be the answer. So similarly over here, the other ones, you need to figure out the patterns. Now, this is again not
Sir,
easy. Yes.
uh, Mr. Muawiyah in the school teaches another way by dividing the greater number to the previous one.
Oh, yeah, you can divide this by, okay, yeah. But yeah, you can do that. Yes, over here you mean like divide and oh yeah, you can just keep on dividing and you'll get this. Yeah, that is also true. You can just keep dividing this and you will get a approximate number and you can figure it out. That's what you mean, right?
Mister,
Yes.
there's also our teacher gave us a problem where he
Yes.
said find the first 5 terms of the sequence, and he gave us the formula.
Yeah, if the formula is there, you can easily substitute. See,
Yeah.
because you just have to put the first term and you will get the answer. So that's what, the best method, the easiest of all method is, since you have this, just keep substituting over here. You'll keep on getting the next terms, right? That's the easiest of all. So don't need to break your head with others. I mean, other methods. Just substitute this over here and get the next terms. That's among all.
Can I ask
That's
you a
about it.
question?
Yes, yes, sure.
In question 21, it's right that they mentioned like find the product and the quotient, but like in
Yeah.
the question itself, they asked like find the product quotients, roots and powers.
Uh,
Like in the question, the EOT question itself.
okay, is it? But they have not mentioned it in the questions, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I know.
if it is, yeah, if it is roots and powers, you ought to just use that, the Marvis theorem. It's just a sim it's if you know how to do this, just look into the formula. I think so the videos are there for that already, I believe. It's just that you ought to use a de Marvis theorem. It's a very lengthy one. One second, I'll just put the link. If at all anyone wants it, I'll just put the link over there. Great. Playlist. So if you want other lessons, not all the lessons are there. Sorry, I didn't have time to do all, but you can see over here, many of these lessons are there.
Yeah, I've saw them.
Okay, brilliant. There is one over here on de Moivre's theorem. I can't find it. Okay, this is the one.
But they can't bring like a question like find the power or find the roots, right?
I
They just
don't think
make the
I
question
don't
general. ما يخص
I
عادي.
don't think so, because till now they don't usually go away from the, once they have mentioned this, it's going to be only among those topics. But you can just watch this for a while because it's just the formula. If you can remember the formula, it's very easy, because all you need to do is remember that formula and then just substitute it. Uh,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, it's a simple one, but
Teacher,
I don't think so that's gonna come. Yes, yeah, what's it?
Okay.
can you please tell us about how we can know if it's convergent or divergent? Because like I
Okay,
was an hour for this lesson.
okay, no worries. See, now I will just draw over here a few things. If you have something that is like this, okay, and ultimately over here it's coming close, it may not come exactly to 1 point, but it's coming very close to one single point. Now it might vary, but it's coming towards one single point. You can see the values will be say over here it's 2.001 or 1.999. It's coming close towards that. As you increase as you find the A1 terms, as you find A5, A6, you can understand that it's coming close towards one single point. That means it's converging. Converging is coming close to one single value. Is that okay? One single thing. That is convergent. Whereas divergent means it will never come to a single value. Sorry, it'll never be a single value. It just keeps on going like this. It keeps on going, or it fluctuates, or it might be 1 point might be up, 1 point might be down, but they never come to a single value. Those are convergent and divergent. So now I'll just quickly go over there. Um, can anyone tell me what's the topic number? Convergent and divergent?
14.
14. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so over here, all you need to do is find few terms. You do not need to find all the terms because you will easily understand how, predict the next terms. Say now 12, 9, 12, 9, 6, 3, 0, -3. You can easily see there is a common difference over here. It's being subtracted by 3. It just keeps on reducing. There is no way it will come to a single value. It'll just keep on changing the value, right? It goes up till -infinity, yes, but it keeps on reducing. There is no way this will converge to a single value. So this is a divergent. It's very simple and straightforward. It's divergent. Whereas over here, let's see this. Though these values are far apart, 36, -18, but they are converging towards something. Now, if you graph them, you will understand it's one is up, down, but ultimately it'll converge towards its 0 point as you increase the values. I remember in the class I had done many values. It'll come 0.0. It's very close, but it's still vary, There'll be one negative value even after some 15 terms, I guess. You can see there'll be negative, positive, but it's 0.00. So it's practically 0. It's converging towards 0. So that's why this is a convergent. Is that okay? Same way if you have a recursive formula like this, all you need to do is, sorry, this is not recursive formula. This is explicit formula. Recursive formula requires the previous term, a n minus 1. If only n is there, this is explicit. Now, here you just keep finding the values and substitute. You can see over here, there is one set of values which goes towards -2.44 and one more positive 2.44. They're almost, they're going towards some way, but they're in different places altogether. They're not coming, though they are same, they are in a different scale altogether. They are in positive and negative scales. So this is, divergent. They will never converge to one point. Therefore, it is divergent. The answer is divergent. So that's how you can find the points over here. And, you do not even need to graph because when I wrote these answers, I just, use my calculator, change the answers and found the next points and directly wrote it. So that's how we can solve them. I hope it is clear about convergent and divergent now. Okay. So then any other doubts or clarifications? Yes. Sorry. Okay. Is that okay? I just wanted to ask 1 minute. Safe, are you there? Safe? Okay. It's very funny. My students asked me, my own school students asked me to do this meeting, so they were all worried, and none of them have joined the meeting. I can see where is Saleh Abdullah. I appreciate it. Saleh, you're there. Other than Saleh, I think so. None of my students have joined. Okay. Anyways, any other doubts, guys?
Sir, can you go the next topic in the EOT?
Yeah, this one. Is it 15th? Directly in calculator.
No, not that one.
Um,
The second
one?
topic, I mean.
Second, okay. 1 second.
Isn't it just like if I have the secant or cosecant, how I'm gonna like just do it directly?
Okay, the graphing, right? This one,
Yeah,
you
I
mean the
mean
third
that one.
third
Yeah, yeah,
topic?
yeah.
Okay. So, okay,
No, I mean
you
like with the secant and cosecant.
yeah, I know there's secant and cosecant, right? I will tell you a shortcut, okay? This will work all the time because you will have four graphs and easy to find out. You can find making table the same way you can make table. If you're thinking how to make the table over here, cosecant,
1/sine.
yes, absolutely. It's 1/sine. So that's it. If you find, say 30 degrees of cosecant will be 1 by sine 30. But instead of that, I will tell you another shortcut. You can find these values. Sorry,
Mister,
Eunice, yeah.
but I have a question. How to
Yeah.
put cosecant in the calculator?
See, this is the way. Can you see over here, Saleh? 1 by sine 30. Cosecant means 1 by sine, right? So all you need to do is whatever is the theta value, instead of cosecant, write it as sine, 1 by sine. Is
Just
that
do the
okay?
inverse of sine and cosine and tan. It's easy. كلها calculator.
No, inverse is something different. You won't get the answer. It's 1 divided by, okay?
Yeah,
Now,
that's what I meant.
okay, yeah, yeah, because the inverse is different, so you'll get a math error over here because it's not in the domain. So remember about that. It's 1 divided by sine theta. Now, okay, let's leave that for a while. Let's look into a shorter method. Look at the question. If it is cos, it's always related to the x-axis, okay? Why? Because you know x is equal to r cos theta. Okay, x is always with cos, whereas y equals r sine theta. So there is a difference, there is a difference with r and x and y, and cos is always related to x, so it'll be either like this or like this, right side or left side. I'll tell you which side in a while. What about sine? It'll either be up or down. That's it. See, up or down. It'll be upside or downside. How do you know up or down? Can anyone tell me positive is upside or downside? Negative is upside or downside? Where would you generally put them into?
It depends if we have sine or cosine. If it's sine, then plus would be obviously up, and
Yes,
the minus would be down. And same
yes.
thing for cosine. Plus is right, minus is left.
Yeah, that's it. It depends. If sine is plus, it's always up, and if cos is plus, it's always at the right. If sine is negative, it's down, whereas cos is negative, it's left. So this is how you can understand cos and sine. But still, how would you do secant and cosecant, right? There is secant over here. How would you do that? You need to understand secant and cosecant is just a straight line. Okay, it's always a straight line. Now, secant is related to sine or cos. Can anyone tell me?
Cosine. It's
Yes,
one over
because
the
it's 1 over cosine. So secant is always 1 over cosine. So what do you
Mister,
do?
there's another
Yeah,
way to know if it's related to cosine or sine by looking
yes.
at the first letter. If it's S, then it means cosine, and if it's C, is sine.
Yes, that is true. Yes, that's also correct. Thank you for that. Um, yeah, that is one way. But it's better to know this because if you have to convert the angles, this is much important. Now here, since it's related to cosine, it will be either on the right side or the left side. It's only two options. Why? Because this is a cosine, related cosine. Cosine always is right or left. So it's either left or right. We know if it's negative, it's left side. If it was positive over here, it would be right over here at 1. Is that okay? Now, same thing with cosecant. Where is cosecant over here? If it is positive cosecant, since it's related to sine, it'll be up and negative will be down. That's the easy way to understand this. Is it okay? Because you can directly look into the options and eliminate the wrong options. Hope this is okay. Brilliant. Any other doubts? So I hope you Again, this is self-advertisement. I'm sorry. If you have, if you want the videos, you can just click over here. You'll get all the videos. All
Mr. Can
are
you just
explained already.
take a quick look at question 14? Just
Absolutely.
explain it real quick.
Yeah. 14 we just now did right a while ago. Where is? We just did this divergent and convergent just a while ago, but I'll tell you shortly now. If you plot these, if you find the A1, A2, A3 values, okay, once you find this, and if the graph just doesn't come towards a single point, it just diverges, ultimately it just keeps on moving to different values, then it is divergent because it's diverging. What does convergent means? Converging means it comes close to one single point. That is what it means. Here it's diverging. So this you can see from the values. Look, 12, 9, 6, 3, 0, and so on. It just keeps on diverging. It's not coming to one single point. Therefore, this is a divergent. Whereas a convergent graph, see, this is something like a convergent. You can keep on finding more values. It will be very, very close to zero. Though it may not touch zero, it'll be very close to zero. So you can understand, yes, this is converging to this point. Okay, so from the graph or from the values itself, look over here, it's coming to the same values, right? 0. You can go ahead, you will get 0.01 or something like that, plus or minus, but still it's very, very close to zero. Now here for another problem, it's 0.244, 0.244, but 1 is plus, 1 is minus. This is not converging, this is diverging entirely. Okay, so that's how we can do it. Even from values or from graph, just by values, look at these values. They're not at all coming close to each other. They are in different positive or negative values. So it's not converging, it's diverging. Is that okay? Hamam, is it okay?
Yes, Mr. Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant. So that's the thing. Does anyone has any other doubts?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, what's it?
Could you solve one question from topic 14? Question
Yeah, okay.
number 20.
Question number
20.
20. Okay, brilliant. This one, right? Now, 1 second. Just take values for n. Okay, start with 1. I will do it in calculator directly. So all you need to do is minus 1 whole squared. Why do I use bracket and outside this one? Because n is squared and sign is outside. It's not inside. If it was inside n, it would be bracket. Okay, it's outside, so only brackets for this, and the sign is outside. Minus 8 multiplied by 1 plus 106. Okay, what's the answer? 97. Now you need to take n of 2. Let's remember this, it's 97. Let's take this values of 2. I will just put this 1 ahead, so it'll be easy for me to multiply next. It's the same thing, 8 times 1 or 1 times 8. It's 2 now. And what's the answer? It's 86. Now let me change this to 3. Are you getting a pattern now? What's the next answer? 73. Are you getting a pattern? You dear, whoever asked this question, are you understanding what's going to be the next value?
Yes, yes.
It's gonna, now if I change this value to 4, 5, it's gonna be something like maybe 30, 20 negative numbers. Let me go ahead and put some huge value like 15, both the sides. It just varies. I'm never gonna get a single value. The graph is something like this. Just by these values, I can easily understand that it's divergent. It's not convergent, it's divergent. Okay, if you do this, you will come close to a single value, so it's convergent. So that's how we basically solve it.
Mister, I have a question
Yeah.
real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes.
What's the main difference between convergent and divergent, if you don't mind?
Okay, yes, absolutely no problem at all. Now, convergent is something that comes close to one single point. Let me draft this. Now, if the values are coming like this, and even from the other scale, they're coming close. And they're coming close to one single point. Though they're not same, they are converging to a single point. Convergent means converging close to something, okay? Then it's called convergent. Whereas divergent means they are never close. They are something like this or like this. They are never close. They are just, going somewhere. They don't have a stop. They're not coming towards one single value. Those are called divergent. Is it okay, Saleh?
Yes, Mister. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Mister,
Okay. Yes.
in infinite series and sigma notation,
Yes.
what if we have infinity at the top? How do we
Okay.
solve it?
It's very simple. Can you tell me what is
Okay,
infinity?
yeah.
Yeah. Someone told the answer, I believe. Yes. What is infinity, Hamam?
Infinity.
Yeah. What's it? What do you understand by infinity?
Uh, non-endless. None. It never ends.
Yes. So can I tell 1200 as infinity?
No.
No. It's more, right? It's
Yes.
huge.
Yes.
So I don't know what's the number, right? It's just a huge number. So
Yes.
what I can do is I will just keep a huge number over here. So you need a proper example. So now I'll just get an error over here, but if it'll be x, right? So what I need to do is see, imagine x minus uh, something like this was the question. And you need to find from 0 till infinity. All I will do is I'll just put a big number like 50. Okay, now over here, you need to have an exact value. Just put a big number, you will get the answer. Okay, I'll just take forever, but just put a big number. Don't put a huge number. Try with 10, 20, and you can solve it. You have that infinite series, isn't it? In those problems, just try putting a huge number. It'll be convergent. Always they will give convergent problem for those, and you will get the answer. Okay, let me just try one of the convergent problem over here. This one, for example. Let me try this 5 divided by 10 to the power alpha x. And I will try with 9. You're getting this answer. Now let me change that 9 to 15. Do you understand what's happening? As I go big and big, because if you put a big value, it will not give you the answer. Mine is a computer application, it might give me the answer, but I'm not sure whether your computers will give it. It'll be, I mean, calculators will give it. See, you will get 5.555. What is the answer over here? Infinite series, it's 5.55. This is how you solve it. You don't have an infinity option, but this is the thing. Is that okay, Hamam?
Absolutely. Yes, Mister. Thank you.
Well, you're most welcome. Any other doubts?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
have.
yes, Razan.
I think topic 11, how to find the symmetry and the zero and like the maximal R value.
Okay, this one. Now, over here, you basically have to just graph it, right? That's the main thing. Um,
Like he's gonna
Symmetry
give
zero
us
is like,
like how to graph it. Oh,
yeah,
it is
this
a
is,
multiple choice question just to just like to choose the correct graph.
yeah, because it's MCQ, you will just have to select the correct graph. So I'll tell you the shortcut for this. Otherwise, see the starting method, even in the video you can watch. This over here will give you all the details. You can find the maximum point, minimum point, symmetry line from here by graphing it exactly by these table method. But I will tell you a shortcut. Don't do all that. If it's cos, it's always on the x-axis, right side, left side. Easy to find. Archimedes spiral is always the spiral. It keeps on going. Now you need to know the standard, forms. Now, to be honest, I cannot remember all of them, but if you just recall them once or twice, you will remember it. Now, see over here, roses is given by this particular standard form: a cos n theta or a sine n theta. If n is odd numbers, it is as it is. The number of petals are just same. If it's even number, there are many double times the petals. That is one thing. Lemniscates skates are like this. They are either r squared cos 2 theta or r squared a squared sine 2 theta. Whereas spiral of Archimedes, This is Archimedes is the person who found out the pi. It was called as Archimedes constant. If you're before pi, it was called Archimedes constant. So he's a very famous philosopher and mathematician. So now this is named after him. Now here you get this spiral, right? You will have this standard form. You can see always it's like this. Now, whereas the other forms, if it's a circle, it's a cos theta and a sine theta. Cos theta will be along x-axis, sine theta will be along y-axis. And le maçon, the pronunciation, it's a French word, I guess, le maçon, will be in this form. A plus or minus b cos theta or sine theta. Whereas if a and b are equal, it'll be a cardioid. And otherwise, there are different forms based on these conditions. So remember those. You need to remember these. And then once when you see over here, r square is there, you don't need to bother. It's lemniscate. And since it's sine theta, look over here. If it's sine, it is diagonal, right? If it's cos, it will be flat. So that's how we can easily find it. Now here as well.
For the
Look,
spiral of Archimedes, it doesn't have a symmetry line, right?
no,
Because
symmetry
our
is
teacher
not.
said, yeah, our teacher said it had it, and I was so confused.
No, because it just keeps on going, right? How can you have a symmetry for this?
Yeah,
Symmetry is something that you need to see. If I draw a line, both the sides must be equal. Now look over here, they are equal over there. Symmetry lines are there, but here, no. Okay, because they're unequal. So that's the thing. This is about graphing. And this is just conversion, guys. You should just remember the formula and easily convert it. Now let me just take see if it's only theta and r, remember tan theta equals y by x and just substitute away. Take tan on both the sides. Tan theta will be y by x. This you need to put in the calculator. Now, one important thing, guys, whenever you use degrees, say for example, sine 45 degrees, you need to use degree mode. That is shift mode and 3. Whereas if it's in radians, now pi by 4 is 45 degree. 5 by 2 is 90. Yes, pi by 4 is 45. If it's in degree, you won't get the answer. When it's pi, you need to press shift mode and radians. And now look, the same answer you're going to get. Is that clear? So if you're using the pi values directly, tan pi by 6, please make sure your calculator is in the radians mode. And otherwise, you need to have it in degree mode. Okay, that's how. And you got this equation. Same way, if it's radius only, it's the formula x squared plus y squared. So square both the sides, and then you will get the circle formula. Otherwise, this is also graphing. So what you can do is just look at this. If the graphs are asked, look at this and easily graph them. Here it's just a straight line because it's only angle. Here it's a circle because it's the radius. Or you can substitute and you'll get the answers. I'll just quickly do one over here. Now, what is sine theta? Anyone, do you remember the formula? R equals, sorry, y equals R sine theta. Yes, brilliant. Thank you. And you need to substitute over here. What exactly? This R goes to the other side. Sine theta will be equal to y divided by r. So this is r equals 3y by r. Take r to the other side, it'll be r squared equals 3y. Take this to the other side, it'll be r squared minus 3y. What is this r squared is equal to 0? R squared is x squared plus
y square.
minus 3y equals 0. Just basic formula substitution, nothing else. So it's very, very basic and simple. I hope you know this. And look at this, you know, it's a circle directly and 3 is there, so the radius will be 3.
Teacher?
So that is how we solve it. Yes. What's it?
Teacher, can you repeat the question 36 explanation?
Okay, finally, Abdullah, he is my class student. Brilliant. Okay, so which one, Abdullah, you wanted?
36, teacher.
26.
No, 36.
Oh, you mean 36. Okay, yeah. Over here. Really? You just missed it?
Because, you know, the formula is y equals r sine theta, right?
Yes. Okay, so what happens? No, tell me the formula for sine theta.
Formula for
How can
sine
you relate sine? Yeah, do you remember this? X is equal to R cos theta and
Yeah.
Y is equal to R sine theta. Do you
Yeah.
remember this?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we don't have X cos, so I will remove this cos one. Now what is R, Y? It's R sine theta, isn't it?
So it's one dimensional.
Sorry. No, this is R,
I
okay?
will multiply the r on the both side because r squared equal y squared plus x squared.
Very good. Yes, correct. So all you need to do, Abdullah, over here, keep sine as it is, take R or divide both the sides by R. So when I divide both the sides by R, this R cancels. You're remaining with sine theta is Y by R. Is this
Yeah.
much clear?
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, now what you do is R equals 3Y by R, and R goes to the other side. So it's R squared equals 3Y. And this to the other side will be R square. Now, what is R square? What is R square? It's
X
X.
squared plus y squared.
Yes, brilliant. And take this to the other side. It's minus 3y equals 0. So that's it. That is the thing. So that's how we can solve it. Okay. Any other doubts or any questions, guys?
Mr.
Yes.
Can you explain question 22 and 23?
Okay, I've just done it initially, but anyways, um okay. I will see. I think so. Will you all get this recording? This recording will be available for you as well, right? Anyways, no, I will just do it. It's there in that recording. Now I'll do it a bit quickly, okay? Now, question 22, I will just start with the next one because over here the C is missing. Okay, one of my student Amr, he mentioned it to me, and then I didn't have time to record a video, just I wrote it down. But anyways, I'll do it now. Again, the C1 is not explained, right? But let's see what is a recursive formula. Say recursive formula is something that requires the previous term to find the next term. It means if you have an, then in this formula there'll be n minus 1 plus 2. This is a recursive formula. Previous term is required. Now here, Faris financed 1,500 dirhams rowing machine to help him train for the college rowing team. He could only make a payment of 100 dirhams each month. His bill increased by 1% due to interest. Murabaha. At the end of each month, now we need to write a recursive formula. So what is the balance or what is the amount of money he has? He has borrowed 1,500. Okay, I will consider that as the first term, A1 initially. What is the interest that is added every month? Every month there is 1% interest, so that will be 0.01%. Is always divided by 100, or you can directly use the calculator for that. There's a percent symbol in the calculator. So it's 0.01 times A1, the initial amount. But what does he pay each month? He pays each month 100 dirhams, so that will be subtracted. This will be subtracted from the balance because that's what he's paying, right? Every month. But the interest is the problem. It keeps on adding as well. So now this, when we simplify, we can tell an or a2 in this case is equal to 1 plus 1.01 is 1.01 a1 minus 100. So this one is the recursive formula. A1 value is 1,500. So first part is clear. Is it clear for everyone? The first part. This is it. I hope it is clear. Now over here, the right recursive formula is not with A1, A2, it's always with AN. So you write this as AN and the inner term is AN minus 1, the previous term. That's it. Next then, find the balance owed after 4 months. How do you do that is, after 1 month, what's gonna happen? All you need to do is substitute over here. 1.01 multiplied A1 will be 1,500. So 1.01 times 1,500 or 1,500 minus 100. So after first month, he will have to pay, you can see over here, sorry, his balance will be 1,415. So what happens after the next month? This is after first month. After the first month, the second over here, I'll just press answer so it keeps on, computing for directly. It'll become 1,329.15. Then what happens in the next? Yeah, okay, it's already answer. After 2 months, this was the answer. After 3 months, it's so much. After 4 months, this is the answer. So after 4 months, the balance is 1,154.87 because he's doing 100 dirhams payment every month. Now, what about the next? This is after 5 months, but what about after 6 months? This is the answer. Why did I find this is they have asked you how much interest or murabaha has accumulated after 6 months. So find the balance for the third problem, third part, C. Find the balance after 6 months. That is 977.08. This is what is accumulated. This is the balance, not the interest. This is the balance. Can anyone tell me if there was no interest, what would be the payment made by him? If there was no, tell me after 6 months, what's the payment made by him? Every month he pays 100. So after 6 months.
600.
Yes, it's 600. But now can anyone tell me what is the balance if he had no interest? What I mean is how much would, yes, try, go ahead.
It's still the same.
No, what I'm asking is how much would be the balance? It's not this. If there was no interest, he had done 600 payment, right? It would be 1,500 minus 600. What is the answer? It would be
It will be
900.
900.
Yes. So if at all he had no interest to pay, it would have been 900. But now after 6 months, the balance is 977.08. This is because of interest. Now, if you subtract these both, you will get 77.08, which is the interest after 6 months. So the answer will be 77.08. That is, that is the answer, 77.08. I hope this is clear. Okay, that's it. And now regarding the 23rd, it's a very simple one because I've done it again at the beginning and the video also is the same explanation. Now, anyone, those who have not watched the videos, you can just go over here in the chart and watch the video. All the explanations are there. So all you need to know is this formula by heart, and then you need to substitute and you can easily solve it. I hope this is clear. All you're doing is write the formula and substitute the formula accordingly. Write the formula and substitute it, and then simplify. 7C0 is 1, only x to the power 7 remains. 7C1 is 7. You can do it in calculator. Here 7, C, shift and division, 2 is 21. That's the answer, and so on. You keep on continuing, find the values and simplify. That's the answer just by the formula. Okay. My throat is almost gone at 6 o'clock over here. Guys, all the stuff is there. The same thing what I'm telling is already there in the recordings. I will now, is it okay? I will stop this. The recording is there, so you all will be able to see the recording as well, but it'll take time to upload. The link will be available. I'll share the
Mister,
link. Yes.
The chat is not working with me. It's not opening.
Oh, is it? It will be a SharePoint link. You know, this video can't be downloaded or anything. What happens is it'll be in Teams. Oh, you guys don't have the link, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll try to download this video and share it, okay?
Teacher, just put it on Telegram. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah, I will just, yeah, that's what. Yeah. Okay.
Are you going to end the meeting now or?
Yeah, but do you guys want to study or something?
I only have one last question.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yes, go ahead.
In question 11 from the EOT,
you mentioned in the video that like they may bring a graph of a double loop, I think, for lemon skates. How do we know
Yeah.
it's like a double loop or not? Like how the question would like be the equation.
See over here, right? It's a lemniscate. You need to know this by the formula, the standard form. So you need to memorize the standard forms. That's the only thing. Now, lemniscate will always be r squared a squared. If it is cos theta, it'll be a flat line on the x-axis only. Whereas if it's sine, it'll be, 45-degree line, xy, at line xy. So you should know this. Now, rose, for example, is like this. And the n value will be more than 2. Now, if it's circles
Yeah, I know
or
the equations, but
yeah,
like you mentioned in the video that they may like bring a graph or a double loop of a double loop lemon skate. How would that like be possible? Like inside the loop, another loop, or like outside the loop, a bigger loop or smaller loop.
um, you mean this one, is it, for the Lamarson in a loop? I'm I didn't get your question. I'm sorry. Can you tell me which question is exactly pertaining to that?
It's not like a question. You just said in the video like be careful, guys. They might like bring a graph or a of a lemon skate with another loop inside that loop.
Oh, okay. I am not sure what I'm. Okay, I'm sorry for that. But if you remember these, it's fine. And maybe I was not thinking straight because I was trying to record as many as possible late night after 1 o'clock, so maybe I was sleepy and I told it. I'm really sorry for that. I don't recall it now. Ignore that. But see now, if you remember all these, that's not going to be a problem. I can't remember what I exactly meant, but just make sure you remember all these three exactly correct, then it's fine. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay. But
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
how
I'm
do we
sorry.
differentiate between lemon skates and roses by shapes, like by graph, not by equation?
By graph, right?
Yeah.
If it's sine, it'll be along xy line. If it's cos, it'll be along the x-axis. That's how you would differentiate. Look at the standard form, because the standard form will be given to you, right? Say now this is a lemniscate, r squared 4 cos theta. Now, okay, if you're thinking why exactly is 4, that is, it'll be 2 and 2, total will be 4. Now let's see, another lemniscate is already done. Here, it is 16. So it is 16, that means it is, sorry, 4 squared, okay? Sorry, the previous one, it was 2 squared, so the radius was 2. Here it is 4 squared because the standard form is r squared equals a squared. So it is 4 squared. The radius would be 4 over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Since it's sine, it's along 45-degree line. That's the thing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes, Abdullah.
teacher, on the paper part, do you know what lessons will enter there?
Yes. Remember, I'd
On
done
the
the same
first
thing
half,
in. Sorry,
the
these
first
ones
half
only.
of the exam.
First part.
Yeah.
First part is in MCQs only, not in paper.
Actually, no, I think the paper is first.
Oh, you mean yeah, yes. In the exam tomorrow when you have the
Yes.
exam, yes, the first hour is the paper, and then you will have to do the MCQ. Yes.
Yeah, so my question is that in the first part, the paper one, do you know what
Yes.
lessons will enter there exactly, or did they not mention it to you?
Can you repeat that? I didn't get you.
Is my voice low?
Kind of. Yeah, no, I
Teacher.
couldn't recognize what you're telling exactly.
Yeah,
First part.
what
Yeah.
I said was that on the first part of the official exam, the paper,
Yes.
the first hour. So, do you
Yes.
know what the questions, lessons are gonna be about, or
Yes.
did they
This
not
is the
tell it to you?
thing. This is the part three. Part three is only writing. This will be the questions. This is the only writing part.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Abdullah, I can't believe you're asking this question. How?
No, teacher,
And
I'm still early in the EOT sheet, you know.
okay, but others might be shocked. He's really smart and he tops the class. And Abdullah, you asking me this question? No, I
Sorry,
am
teacher.
surprised, Abdullah. Okay, there'll be two bonus questions as well. Don't forget that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just tell you what happened yesterday. One of the students, from other grade, he was referring the term two topics and he's asking me doubts from that. I was appalled. I was
What?
like, what's wrong? You're referring to the wrong worksheet
Yeah.
altogether, which I did for last term. So now, you doing this mistake is not so bad,
At least
Anyways,
I think it's better than that mistake, you know.
yeah,
That's
I
better.
can't believe. And when he sent the screenshot at above, it's written term two, and he is sending me that. Anyways, so that's about it. Guys, if you have not yet watched the videos, please do watch. All the explanations are there over here. And that said, I wish you all the best, guys. And it's an easy exam. It's not that hard. Please do practice a couple of times. And you have still plenty of time, and it will be definitely easy. Yes, Dave. Yes. What's it? Um,
Have the PowerPoint,
yeah,
please.
yes. One second before I continue. Those others, those who want, you can leave because I'll be ending the session very soon. You can leave if you want because it's
Mr.
the same thing.
But I have
Yeah.
something.
Yes.
Can you send the PowerPoint in the Telegram?
Yes, it's already is okay. I will send it again. Okay, it's already
Yes,
sent
Okay.
in one of the groups. Okay.
Thank you,
Um.
Mr.
Yes, sure. Yes, Dave. Yeah, your question.
I was only asking about the PowerPoint.
Okay. See, are you all guys in that Telegram group?
Yes.
Okay, I will be posting it over there. Okay, I will just forward it over there.
That would
Perfect.
be perfect.
But
Thank you.
please use your computer, okay? Because it won't work in the mobile. Because if you open it in mobile, it'll be an error. So please, because of the animations and the file size, please open it in the computer. It'll work out. Okay. And
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
so you're just and then press this. Yeah, perfect. Most welcome. Bye bye, guys. All the best for your exams.
Thank you, mister. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
مستر
See you
one last
عبد
tomorrow.
الرحمن توك تقوم.
Okay. Oh, Abdul Rahman, you're there. Okay.
Mr. one last question, Mr.
Yes. What is it, Khaled? Okay.
Mr. Will you come to our class tomorrow and help us? Like, is it
I
possible or?
no, this is
راضيين
not
طول اليوم
possible.
تحكم التون.
No way. Just do it by yourselves, okay? And see
Mister,
all
come,
the
والله come,
Mr.
mister.
Come.
Explain
Yes,
no,
Mr.
no way, no way, no
يا
way.
أخي.
See, all the videos are there. You must do it by yourselves, okay? Because it's very, very easy and not difficult at all. So now, okay, please do it by yourself. Don't think I'll be coming. No way. But make sure you watch the videos and just practice it by yourselves. Is that clear?
Clear, Mr. Clear.
Okay,
Clear,
mister.
Mr. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And that's it. Okay.